Hello, people. It is Sunday. The time is now 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the show is Planet Solo. I'm one of your hosts, Danny, a.k.a. Comet Chat, and my man, Mr. Chris Knight, is the other host, and we are glad to see y'all again. What's up, Chris?
Yes, we are. No, not too much. It's Sunday again. Sundays have increasingly become my more busy day.
Well, they're my least busy. All I got is this show, and I have one with Robert Storm, probably about another 3 hours. But other than that, that's all I have. I watch football all day.
Well, the Mandalorian Roundtable.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
I mean, but it's about the same for me. I'll have weekly wrap-up, Mandalorian Roundtable, and then later on, it's not really anything that takes my time. It's Jackbox Game Night on Han Star's channel. So, but it's still...
I'm ready for that Mandalorian talk. I'm very curious to see what the panel is going to say about this particular episode. But
I know a few things they're going to say, but
yeah, I want to see because I've been thoroughly satisfied. That's all I'll say. But anyway, this week, episode 4, we're going to talk about a guitarist that I'm not too familiar with. In fact, before Chris said the name last week, I never heard of the guy before, so I did a little research. And his name is Danny Gatton. Danny Gatton, young guitarist. I think he died in 1996, if I'm not mistaken.
94.
94. Okay.
49.
49. Suicide. Didn't leave a note, if I remember correctly. I think he suffered probably from depression, is what was said. I don't know if it's been actually determined.
Most of his friends were pretty certain that's what it was. And one of the videos I sent you for you to pick from, he does talk about how he never thought about stardom or never thought about becoming famous and all that. And I think it's a good point. I think sometimes when you stay away from that for as long as he had, people knew who people would find him. Let's put it that way. And once you saw him, you knew who he was. Yeah. This guy was known as the world's greatest unknown guitar player.
That's what I heard. Now, I also heard he said in an interview I watched that he started professionally at age 12. So that is crazy. So I think his dad made him become a steel worker or something like that. When he graduated high school, he kind of got out of it off and on.
Yeah.
And I think he said they were fired. His band was fired because they brought too much crowd to the clubs to see him.
I was listening, and I remember the story. Is what he says is that they weren't fired; they were told to leave the club. And actually, he also said once he was told, "You have to leave; the band can stay."
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is.
That doesn't seem like good business. Because I would want my club to be packed like that every night. So. And they should have had the money to build on or do something or get to a better place if he's bringing that kind of a crowd. But anyway,
throw it outside.
Yeah, I digress. His style of music he calls redneck jazz, which I've never heard that term used before. But he's very versatile.
Yeah, some guitarists, some musicians refuse to be a part of something that's already established, so they call it their own thing. And maybe he's right. Maybe it is a little different, but yeah, I would still classify him as blues and maybe rockabilly.
Yeah, he definitely got some rockabilly. I saw a couple of his solos, and he reminds me a lot of Roy Clark. So that's who I planned on talking about next week. So I'm glad we're gonna have these two kind of back to back, kind of couple them together.
Yeah,
but from the videos I saw, he is a very gifted guitarist. Very fast. I don't want to say it's intense, but
he could be.
He's very but it comes kind of natural, like easy. Like he looks effortless. He looks effortless playing, but you can feel the intensity that he has.
Indeed. Yep.
One thing I noticed about him, he looks down at the guitar all the time. I don't think he has to. I think that maybe just his particular
I think that's his. Well, depending on how you learned, if you and I'm not sure if you got lessons or not, but if you ever take lessons, they're going to tell you don't take your eyes off of that. Make sure but I will say that that quite possibly is the reason why he could be as quick as he was, because there's quick like Eddie Van Halen, but Eddie Van Halen is using tricks, and I don't want anybody who likes Eddie Van Halen to get mad at me, but he uses tapping, which means I can move my fingers like this, but I add a third finger right here and I get a faster sound because I'm playing it like that.
Two hands.
Yeah. So he doesn't do that. Roy Clark doesn't do that. And they were able to be very, very fast. That's a different, I won't say level. That's a different style.
Different skill.
It's very difficult to get that speed when you're picking alone. And so that's, I digress on that. But no, Danny Gatton, I think is a perfect example of to show people who are watching. There are tons of guitarists out there who will never be seen, who will never be heard, that are probably 10 times better than anybody you will ever know.
It was a true statement. Like I said, I've never heard of this guy before last week, and I watched 3 of his videos today, and he is phenomenal. So I hate that he suffered from that. That's a very serious, insidious ailment. I wish he could have beaten it and continued to play for the world, but he's gonna live on, because as long as people remember him, he will live on. And like I said, he is now on my radar, and I would definitely try to find more video of him and enjoy his music.
Indeed.
We're gonna play this clip here. It's gonna show, I think, his skill set, different little tricks he used. Like he said, I think in one of these clips he used like a bottle as a slide, and I've seen Roy Clark do that before in several of his performances. So let's enjoy the show.
All right, it's just the last part of it, and I think we're going to put the links down in the description so you guys can go back and watch more of this. But
very effortless.
crazy when they do
That is crazy.
There you go.
That is crazy.
I know that's a quick sample, but I mean, this video is like 8 minutes long, and it's a compilation of like all sorts of those. And the other thing about it is he doesn't have a ton. Most of his stuff looks like it's home recordings or done in bars and stuff. And I think he was on a couple TV shows here and there, but he wasn't becoming famous until pretty much about the time he died.
Yeah, I think he said on a video I watched, one of those Guitar World books or something like that. That article on came to his farm, and that came out. I think he had 2 episodes on the Guiding Light, which is a daytime soap opera back then, and they displayed him and showcased him as himself. So
he was poised. Well, go ahead.
The video I saw him when he was interviewed by Charlie Rose, said he was enjoying it. He wanted to see how far this guitar thing could take him, and his dream was to get a recording contract. So,
I guess this is a perfect example of the before and after. The before of somebody like Stevie Ray Vaughan was probably much like with Danny Gatton, and Danny Gatton was right on that edge of becoming what Stevie Ray Vaughan was somebody who was known. And so you see the flip side. Here's this guy has all that talent, has all that ability, but he never had a chance to showcase it. And then on Stevie Ray Vaughan's side, he got a chance to showcase it, but then he was taken too early. So these are the flip sides of both of these, is that you have what could have been and then what did happen. And I mean, Danny Gatton is a prime example of sometimes, like you said, he wanted a record contract. He wanted to see how far he took it. I would say that was more people pushing him, say, dude, you got to do this. You got to do this. You got to do this. And he finally said, okay, I guess I'll try. Inside, he's probably thinking the whole time is, man, I don't like all this attention. I just want to sit back at my farm. I want to play my guitar. I just want to be me. I want to be Danny Gatton. I don't want to be that guy.
I agree.
And then as time goes on, you keep getting more and more people watching you. You just can't handle that pressure inside. And it, unfortunately for him, I think that's what got him. And it's sad.
Yeah, I definitely wish he could have coped with it. But sometimes people handle things differently, and sometimes people handle them better, sometimes not so much. So, but he definitely is missed in the musical world. Like I said, it was very tragic how he decided to go that route. But his music is definitely living on, has lived on, will live on. Like I said, he is now on my radar, and I will definitely be listening for Mr. Gatton stuff. So
awesome.
Thanks for pointing him in my direction.
If there's nothing else I plan to do with this show, it's to, again, I think I said this before, I don't want to go to my go-tos, which is Prince, Eric Clapton, Van Halen. I want to show people the ones that don't get mentioned, because
more obscure.
I mean, and nothing against the people like Clapton or Prince, but the real true talent is what you never get to see. And I'm not saying that these guys are better than those guys. It's just you got a chance to see these guys. Guitar Watson, all of this stuff that we've shown so far, except for Stevie Ray, I guess I would say, and maybe Brian Setzer. These past two are good examples of ones that most people don't get to see anymore or don't know about that much. And I really like that. And like next week, Roy Clark, I know there's people who know who Roy Clark is, but you're thinking Hee Haw, you're thinking a few other things. No, this guy, and even on Hee Haw, man, he ripped it up on there.
I'm going to show you a younger Roy Clark.
Yeah. No, I know. And, but I think we're going to really do a good job of showing people that you just don't think about.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All right.
Another great show, man. And like I said, I'm glad you put me on the trail of someone new. That is a fantastic thing. I like this vibe with Gatton. I like showing the more obscure, unknown, or less known guitarists. So definitely the right direction. So people, thank you. Please subscribe to our channels. Please hit the notification bell. Please look in the description. I'm going to put links to a lot of Mr. Gatton's performances in the description box, so you can click on those and go see for yourself. Again, thank you for joining the show. Another episode of Planet Solos in the books. We'll be back next Sunday, same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, peace.